Hey guys, welcome back to your channel. This is Mary here, and today is not Monogatari Monday, but Monogatari Tuesday, maybe? Something like that. So yeah, as you guys can see, this episode was delayed by a day or so. And really sorry guys, I really want to try and adhere to my schedule, but the schedule lately has been very hectic. And anime-wise, I'm trying to catch up with ReZero, and then in preparation for season 2 we got new animes dropping since this is the summer season starting already. In my life, I got like tons of stuff at work. I'm doing overtime every day, and then there's also some family matters I have to take. Life is hard, alright? Life is hard, but such is hard. C'est la vie. Anyways, enough about that. We're here in Monogatari. I haven't forgotten about it, so let's get into it, right? Now, obviously, from last episode, various things happened, but the most important thing is that Araragi and Shinobu are traveling back to the past, 10 years in fact, and presumably to meet Mayoi. This is her arc after all, and 10 years ago was when she died, right? So we can at least infer that much safely. So, with that being said, let's get right into it and see what this story is all about. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Well, I mean, 11 years earlier, that's like 1 year before she died, right? Hmm. The White Snake. Northern White Snake Temple. I guess feed on Aragi? Oh, is that young Aragi? Are you a Shotokan? Ah. Ah. So Araki 10 years ago, he would be like 8 right now? 7? 8? Something like that. Oh, then Mayoi is actually the older sister to her uh, at this time, you would think. Or maybe around the same age, anyways. Hmm. So how is this going to relate with what we just saw in the previous arc, right? Because we clearly see that Araki did not get back to where he left, right? Not the same time. I was thinking maybe it had to do with Kanbaro's situation, or is it just purely because of Mayoi? You know, I mean, it might turn out to be both stories mixed together during that time. Right? I wouldn't put it beside beside the story. I wouldn't put it beside them to do something like this. All right. The streets of 11 years. うん。
なんじゃ、なんか言ったかの、お前様。だから、八九時を助けようって。いや、考えてたんだよ。なんで11年前なのかって。そして、なんで5月13日、つまり5月の第2土曜日なのかって。11年前、正確には11年と3ヶ月前にピンポイントで飛ぶ理由は何かあったんじゃないかって。
Alright, so this was the day shoot.
多分なんだけど、
Or tomorrow.
八九時の命日なんだよ。
Okay, so it was 11 years
あの
ago.
迷子っ子の命日。先に言っておくが確信はない。八九時は10年と少し前としか言ってなかった。だけど一つ確かなことは、明日が母の日だってことなんだ。
うん。
母の日、八九時迷いは母の日に死んだのだ。交通事故にあって。つまり僕の考えが正しければ、明日八九時は車にひかれて命を落とす。離れ離れになって暮らしていたお母さんの家を訪ねる途中でだ。そういう話じゃったの、確か。だから助けよう。いろいろ考えはしたんだ。せっかく過去の世界に来てるんだから、何かできることはないかなって。
You kind of make sure what kind of time travel you're dealing with first before you do something like that.
できないかなって。できんという話になったのではないか、ついさっき。まあ順を追って聞いてくれ。僕がまず考えたのは戦場ヶ原のことなんだ。戦場ヶ原下着、僕の彼女のために何かできることはないかなって。のろけか。いやいや、のろけっていうか、ひょっとして11年前という時点からなら、戦場ヶ原の抱えていた悩みを解決することができるんじゃないかって。ん、あの娘が抱えていた悩みというと、おもしかにの、いや、そうではないのか。カニではなく、あくまでも家庭の。そう、家庭の問題。母親が悪徳宗教にはまってしまうとか、教義離婚とか、そういう問
I
題。
mean, if you solved either of their problems,
それはできんじゃろう。一人の人間の運命を、いや、多くの人間の運命を変え
yeah,
てしまうことになるのじゃから。
if it were that kind of
多分
time travel,
同
anyways.
じように羽川の家庭の事情を何とかできるとも思えない。いや、可能性だけの話をするなら、羽川家の問題には手を出すことができなくもないかもしれない。でもそれは絶対に無理だと思う。羽川家が抱える病巣は、一高校生や一吸血鬼にどうこうできるレベルを超えている。じゃあな。同様にサル女やら前髪娘やらをどうこうすることも、お前様には不可能じゃろう。そこはあの憎きアロハ小僧の言う通りなのじゃよ。人は一人で勝手に助かるだけ。誰かが誰かを助けることなどできない。うん、でも八九時は助けられると思う。どうしてそう思う。妙に革新的じゃが、そんな保証どこにもあるまい。
Well,
だってあいつが被害に遭った交通事故っていうのは、
let's say, if you did save her, what would change in the future?
一瞬の偶然さえ回避すれば、それは
If you didn't meet her,
いや、水を差すようで悪いのじゃが、それは無駄じゃと思う。例えば明日、お前様があの迷子っ子が受けるであろう被害を防いだとしよう。じゃがな、その場合は、その事故が起こるのがその翌日だか翌々日だかに先送りされるだけじゃと思う。
really?
お前様のやろうとしていることは、ただの先延ばし、ただの後回しじゃ。いいんだよ、それは。死ぬのが明日でさえなければ、母の日でさえなければ、八九時は怪異になったりしないだろう。明日、目的通りにお母さんに会えていたなら、あの子はどうあれ満たされて、死にはしても迷うことはなかったはずなのだ。面白い。正直試してみる価値はあると思う。思うか。うん。いや、成功を保証するというわけではない。むしろ普通に失敗すると思う。じゃが試してみる価値はあるのかもしれん。わしがそうであるように、怪異とは運命の枠から外れた
Aberrations exist outside of the frame set by destiny.
点を回避さえすれば、あくまでも怪異化だけならば避けられるかもしれん。助けられる。僕はあの子を。僕たちがここにいる理由、ここにいる理由。
I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this. Is that actually? Oh wait, who is this? Wait. Hanekawa? Lonely Hanekawa. Oh, nice. Why? Alright, you. You should really be arrested. Alright. Whatever, alright. Do as you please. From that early an age? Are they actually gonna beat lolly versions of? Oh. I mean, that's certainly an easy police officer. Well, where'd you get the uniforms? Oh.
するにどうやら朝5時くらいに家を出たようなんです。8、9時どこまでなんだあいつは。ちくしょう、どんなに怪しまれようとあの電柱に隠れているべきだった。
Yeah.
これも運命の強制力というやつかもしれんの。やはり運命的にあの娘はどうしても今日車にひかれて死ななければならぬのかもしれん。
何が運命だ。そんな運命認めるかよ。くそー。
Oh, there she is.
お前様。
しのぶ、こっちだ。
I mean, you certainly.
朝5時に出発したというあの小娘が未だこの公園でくすぶっておるのじゃろう。
多分だけど、道に迷ってるんだろう。生まれて初めての一人での遠出だって言ってたしな。
どうするつもりじゃ。
どうするもこうするも、僕があいつをツナレさんの家にまで案内してやるつもりです。
なんと接触を持つ気か。
仕方ないだろう。変にうろうろ道に迷い続けられたら事故に遭う確率が跳ね上がってしまうんだから。
You're gonna do the exact same thing.
しまった。ちくしょう、これが歴史の強制力ってやつか。8、9時を救おうとすると必ず邪魔が入る。
You are.
自業自得としか。
Alright, you. Yeah. Wait, is she going to die because. Oh.
大丈夫かお前様。
ああ、大丈夫。
吸血鬼は再生能力が高いだけであって別に痛みに強いというわけではないのじゃぞ。
わかってる。
大丈夫ですか。
お前こそ大丈夫か。
ごめんなさい。なんだか変な人に変態的に追われて焦っていたんです。信号を見る余裕なんてなくって。
そうか、変態だ。許せないな。
Well, reap what you sow, Araki. No sympathy here.
幸い僕のようなマットを絵に描いたような男が今さっき唐突に現れて通りすがったからよかったようなもの。
Sure.
そうですね。それにちょっと今私道に迷っていまして。
じゃあそのメモちょっと貸してみろよ。それは八九時と初めて会った時に言ったのと全く同じセリフだった。
ありがとうございました。
ああ、じゃあ。さて、やることはやったし、しのぶ、現代に帰ろうか。
もういいの。
今何時？
午後4時じゃ。
つまりもうすぐ大曲時か。じゃあそれを待って北白蛇神社に戻ってお前をギリギリまで吸血鬼に戻してタイムトンネルを作って現代に帰ろうか。
Okay, so what's the twist gonna be? I'm waiting for it.
僕が驚いたのは北白蛇神社のそのありようだった。11年前だから新築同然ということはさすがになくとも、少なくとも今の姿よりはいくらか原型を保っているとばかり思っていたのだけれど、鳥居から本殿まで何から何まで全てがボロボロだった。え、どういうこと？おいおい勘弁してくれよ。過去に来ていたと思ったけれど実は間違って未来に来ていました的なオチじゃねえだろうな。そのトリック。
No, that's impossible, Araki. You met with Mayoi.
ロリモと委員長や
Yeah.
八九時という知り合いの幼姿にお前様はあったではないか。お前様本人にもの八九時や初太暦はともかくロリモと委員長を見間違うということはお前様にはあ
X rate of risk.
リスクって何かあったか？わしがお前様を裏切るというリスクじゃ。力を失っておる今じゃからこそ、わしはお前様と仲良うやっておるが、力を取り戻せば取り戻すほど、わしはカイとしての本分を取り戻していくじゃろうからのう。
Sure.
さて、ゲートを作るにはやっぱり鳥居を使うかのう。
おい、呪文の詠唱はどうした？
あ、忘れた。
おい、
違う。呪文の文章を忘れたのではない。唱えるのを忘れただけじゃ。
同じことだろ？
お前様。
ああ、一応確認しておくけどさ、この先やっぱり飛び込んだら階段になってんだよな。
うん。11年後の階段じゃ。
そうか。だとしたら受け身を取る準備をしておかないとな。できるだけ勢いを殺して、いや、いっそ思い切って背中から飛び込んだ方がいいのかもしれない。
いや、それはあんまりおすすめせんの。行くべき時代をイメージすることが大切じゃからな。
So did they literally like jump and then like roll down the stairs to the halfway point?
かもしれん。
あんまりおすすめせんどころか、全力で止めろ。わかったよ。前向きに飛び込むよ。まあ、影の井さんにフルボッコにされても生き残るこの体。階段落ちくらいじゃ死なないだろ。
You also need to think of where you want to go, right?
結局、来た時と同じように黒い壁の中に普通に飛び込んで、
Alright, what's the twist? I'm waiting for it.
その先に何が待ち構えているかを知る由もなく、僕が八九時を助けたことで未来の世界がどれくらい変わったのかを想像することさえなく、というか、まあ結論から先に言って、僕と忍が時間旅行から11年後の世界に帰ってみれば、世界が滅んでいた。
What? What? I mean, if you say so, alright. If you say so. Alright, anyways, see you guys after this. Alrighty, so I expected there to be some repercussions for changing the future, but I didn't exactly think of it to be on the scale of total world annihilation or something like that, right? The end of the world. I was thinking more towards the sort of isolated cases, such as perhaps in the future now Araki has never met any of the girls or something like that, because he went on a different path. Maybe he never became a sort of a weird or a broken person. I'm not really sure what you can call his mentality or what that, and turned out to be just a basic normie, right? That's entirely possible. And you would think that, you know, what does saving Mayuri have to do with all the others? She's, after all, if she was saved, then she's never going to meet Araki, and you know, how is it going to affect all the other things, right? Well, we come back to a little handy nifty thing called the butterfly effect, right? Which is the case where any small minuscule kind of changes, it's like a snowball. You can roll it bigger and bigger and bigger as time progresses along. The changes between the old, so say for instance you're going back and you're doing something very, very minuscule, like let's say as minuscule as snapping your fingers, right? Snapping your fingers. So let's say you go back in time and then you do nothing else and literally just snap your fingers. Well, you would think that nothing would happen, right? But the sort of no, all the, when you get to the atomic level and whatnot, right? All the things sort of changed, sort of shifted by a little bit, and over time these little changes are going to add up and be amplified and cause the huge difference between then and now and the future, right? And you know, they literally went back 11 years, right? 11 years is a long time. So any kind of change that they make here, it's going to be amplified so many times until it reaches the future that Araki and Shinobu came from, right? So that's why typically time travel works are very messy, because honestly you can try to have your internal logic and try to do it as good as you can, but still there's always bound to be some sort of hole somewhere, because it's just not, you know, it's just not an easy to wrap your head around, right? Now, with that being said, however, Monogatari is more of a fantasy series here. There's magic here, there's monsters, there's aberrations, and with the presence of magic and fate and destiny and all that kind of good stuff, he can pretty much ignore any of these rules of logic that I'm talking about here, right? Because hey, magic allows you to do anything. And so yeah, you can literally hand wave away a lot of the questions that I have right now, right? Or the supposed repercussions, the supposed consequences. And not to mention, I'm not entirely convinced that it was Mayoi being saved that resulted in the end of the world 11 years later, right? It could also, to me, actually, my suspicion is focused on the shrine there and how it is sort of like a gathering point for so many spirits and spiritual energy and all that, right? So, especially since Shinobu said herself, it's possible that there's a being similar to her that is already here, and that is what's causing all these to be gathered at the same time. And since they use up the energy to open up another portal back to their current timeline, Shinobu, I mean, who knows? It's possible that the spiritual energy being stored there was actually of some great importance that caused bigger problems down the line, and affected the lives of many others, affected the future much more than Mayoi's situation ever did, right? That's also entirely possible as well. Yeah. But anyways, in terms of the actual episode, though, I guess meeting Lolly Hanekawa and then meeting Shota Araki was kind of nice. We get to see some cute kids. I do wonder whether or not they're going to do the others as well. Like, can you imagine seeing Senjugahara Loli Senjugahara, Loli Subaru, Loli Sengoku? Now, Sengoku is already kind of small, younger than all the others, so perhaps not, right? Yeah, and speaking of Sengoku, by the way, so since Heart Under Blade / Shinobu said that the reason for all the aberrations, or maybe not aberrations, the spiritual energy gathering at the shrine 11 years later was because she came to this town, right? So I am actually kind of wondering, could she be also indirectly responsible for Sengoku's situation, right? Because the snake that Sengoku eventually got herself, the problem that she got into in regards to the snake and all that was a ritual done at the shrine, right? And I got a feeling that you can do all the rituals you want if you're not near a place with lots of spiritual energy, lots of vibrations already there. It's not really going to do anything, right? So could it be that these two events are sort of related somehow as well? It sure seems to be the case, right? Although, again, that is just speculation, and I'm not really sure if that's even important or not. So yeah, that's basically it. I would love to talk more, but unfortunately there's just too little information right now in regards to the entire time travel thing, and any sort of hidden storyline, right? Now I'm definitely still kind of suspicious towards Shinobu. I still feel like she's a little bit out of it. Maybe she has some other things on her mind. Maybe she's deliberately hiding some information or whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like she's acting a little bit weird, let's say. But no, that is also just pure speculation, so I guess we'll know in the next episode. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Next week, I will hope to try and get it back on Mondays again, although I might have to change the time slots a little bit because of the upcoming season and what the upcoming season's anime's time slots are. So, but don't worry, I'll still try to get out at least one episode every week to, just to keep things going, right? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next week as well. So, that's it, and bye-bye.